The comprehensive plan, which is still under construction, is envisioned to be a box set with 5 components: the growth factors report, the foundations report, policies, growth strategies maps, and an executive summary. Tonight, we are presenting 2 components of the box set to you. Both of these are report outs on information that help shape the foundation of the plan. They're not policy documents per se, rather they are informational in nature. The Growth Factors Report is a snapshot of what Wilmington looks like today and tells the story of how the city became what it is. The purpose of this report is to provide a factual understanding of the current conditions of how Wilmington changed over time. It provides the context or the starting point from which the community moves forward to create a shared vision for the future. The Foundations Report serves as a guide to the community input received from residents, students, professionals, and organizations throughout the listening phase of the comprehensive plan development. In addition to providing a map through the public input process, it is also intended to help enhance and continue the discussion of planning issues in Wilmington by sharing all of the viewpoints collected. Tonight, I will provide you with a brief overview of these 2 components. The Growth Factors Report provides an assessment of current demographics and social and economic conditions, and also provides a review of physical conditions, including natural and constructed systems and the patterns found in the built environment. A lot of people have heard by now that we're expecting Wilmington's population to grow by 56% during the lifetime of this plan. That's a major driver in developing policies and the growth strategies maps. The Growth Factors Report also includes information about access to food, community health, educational attainment, and public school enrollment. It also looks at our current economic conditions. Some people may not realize that Wilmington's per capita income is higher than that of the state of North Carolina and slightly lower than that of New Hanover County. The report also looks closely at our current land use and zoning. Some people may not realize that 39% of the city's land area is currently developed as single-family residential uses. And although vacant land is the second largest land use category at just over 20% of the city's total land area, much of this vacant land is already slated for development for projects such as Riverlights and Barclay West. And some of it is likely unbuildable due to environmental constraints. Most of the vacant buildable parcels remaining in the city are actually less than 2 acres in size. There are, however, more than 4,600 parcels that are likely to be redeveloped in the future, which means that redevelopment is going to be a major part of Wilmington's future going forward. Several factors have helped shape the plan's policy components, including best practices, the growth factors and trends, and projected demographic changes, in addition to the input received from the Wilmington community, which of course is a major component. The Foundations Report is composed of 3 parts: a summary of the community input collected, a detailed analysis of the 12 neighborhood planning areas, and an outline of the city's legacy planning documents. Over the course of 18 months, the Create Wilmington team collected input across the city. We held a meeting in each of the 12 neighborhood planning areas to ask people what they like about their neighborhood, what changes they might like to see, and what their big ideas for the community were. We used a number of other tools to collect input, including online surveys, man or woman on the street surveys, meetings in a box. We met with small groups and organizations, and we even visited classrooms to hear from some of our youngest citizens. Through this process, we've learned that people want to be able to age in place, they want walkable communities, they support investing in place as a means of economic development, and they want more jobs in Wilmington. We heard that they like downtown, they love their neighborhoods, and they like the area's abundant natural resources. Once we had compiled all of the input we collected through the process from all of the sources, we assigned a keyword to each input, and we had about 5,000 individual input pieces in our database. So we assigned a keyword to each of them so that we could sort them by like responses. As you can see here, bike and pedestrian facilities ranked very high, followed by traffic congestion improvements, parks and parks programming, and jobs. The final piece of the Foundation's report is the policy audit. You may not realize that the city's first comprehensive plan was adopted in 1945. A little bit has changed in Wilmington since then. So it's critical to understand how, why, and where Wilmington has changed and developed over these past 70 years since that first plan was prepared. Plans are typically based on wide-ranging public input, so understanding these older plans and recognizing the public input that went into the development of these plans is an important part of the Create Wilmington process. The City of Wilmington Future Land Use Plan that was adopted in 2004, the most recent long-range planning document, will be replaced by this new Create Wilmington Comprehensive Plan. Both the Foundations Report and the Growth Factors Report are available online at createwilmington.com, and we hope that if the citizens watching at home are interested, they'll take a moment to look at those documents online. Staff expects that the policies will be presented to the public for their input this spring. The growth factors maps, the growth strategies maps were launched last week for public review and input last Wednesday at a joint meeting held with New Hanover County's Planning Department. And those maps are currently available on connectwilmington.org, which is our interactive website where you can view the maps and actually leave comments and feedback on there. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you all may have at this time.
Any questions? Ms. Patrick?
This is a comment. I found this to be a rather extraordinarily impressive document, and just would like to say hats off to all of the staff in the planning department that have had a role in putting this together. It's a major work. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Thank you, Christine. Thank you to the staff. You guys have done a great job. Thank you to the citizens, too, for being part of the process.